Following an overnight shots fired incident in the town of Lansing and an ensuing manhunt, deputies with the Tompkins County Sheriff's Office have located the suspect and taken him into custody. As a result of the early morning incident, the Sheriff's Office is charging 19-year-old Yair Elver Perez Raimundo of Lansing with reckless endangerment and menacing, both misdemeanors. No injuries have been reported at this time. Shortly after midnight today, authorities responded to reports of a domestic dispute at a residence, which resulted in shots being fired. Deputies heard more gunshots while investigating, and during their search, the weapon was recovered. A siren alert was put out in the immediate area, and a manhunt soon followed. As the search continued into the morning, a 2-hour delay was issued for the Lansing School District. Perez Raimundo is currently being held in Tompkins County Jail, awaiting arraignment.